Welcome to another episode of Lindita's Kitchen, and I am Lindita. And today we're going to be making some tamale pie. Okay, now tamales and tamale pie are two different things, but if you want to learn how to make tamales, go right to my website to linditasalsa.com and then just scroll up to cooking shows and then scroll down to tamale surprise, and I will show you there from scratch, and you don't have to make 200 dozen, you just make 3. So these are 2 different recipes, and I'm going to start with our tamale pie today. And for this ingredient, the main ingredient is Jiffy mix. I grew up with Jiffy. I know a lot of you too, and and I've made other recipes with this, and it's so reasonable. I mean, it's everything that you have here, we're going to be making today. I'm sure you have in your cupboard or in your refrigerator. So let's get started, okay? So I'm going to put this to the side, and we're going to start with 2 cloves, garlic cloves. And of course, as you know, I love my molcajete. And if you don't have it, again, just go ahead and mince it. Or just, you can mince it or just chop it up finely. So I love to use it, like I said. And it always makes me want to dance. It does. You hear that sound? Okay, I'm getting carried away here, but it's all good. I'm going to put this aside so it's nice, and I just mashed it up a little bit. I'm going to add a little water. Okay. Just like that. Put it aside, and then I'm going to go ahead and use it's about 1/4 of an onion. Okay, so, and as you know, I'm comfortable. You can cut up your onion the way you want. 1/4 cup is going to be 1/2 of onion, and I'm using the yellow onion. I love the yellow onion only because to me it's a lot sweeter, and that's it. So we're going to cut this up, just chop it up a little bit more. I see, 1/4 cup. And I'm going to put it in my little bowl here and bring it over to the range because we're going to start cooking up our meat. Okay? And for this recipe, the meat, you can use a ground chuck, with just ground chicken, ground turkey. It's totally up to you. I am using the ground beef. Okay? So let's take it over and get started. So before we get started here, just want to let you know I've already started my oven to preheat at 350. Okay, and what I'm going to go ahead and use, I've already started up my pan, my skillet. I've got it on a low heat. And once I get the meat in here, break it up, I will turn it up. So we'll get started on this. You don't need any additional oil at all. Okay, so just break it up with your little fingers. I see. Hear that sizzle. And again, for those that would like to try a plant-based meat, I mean, I've never, but this might be a good option too. But ground beef, ground turkey, but I'm using the ground beef right now for this recipe. We're gonna let this cook up. Oh, I got some more over here. Nice. Okay, so let's get this cooking up a little bit, then we'll start adding our ingredients. Okay? Wash my hands. So now the meat is almost cooked. This is when you want to add your onion, and that was 1/4 cup, like 1/2 onion. I'm gonna mix that in there. And then we're going to add our garlic. And again, the reason I had added, you don't have to add water, but I add water just to clean out my molcajete. So you really don't. If you have a molcajete, you know what I'm talking about. But you don't need to add any more extra water to that. And then now we're going to stir it up a little bit for about 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and cover it up. Put a lid on it. Okay? Then we'll be back. Oh yeah, nice and steamy. So we're gonna stir it up a little bit. The meat's pretty much cooked. And it's been about 3 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and start adding some of our spices and the ingredients that we need for this recipe. So we're gonna go ahead and add our red chili powder. Okay, and the chili powder can come in a dark or a light, and you want the light for this recipe. So we're gonna mix it all. And that was a tablespoon, 1 tablespoon. Mix it nice. And all the juices. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit more just to keep it low because I don't want everything to evaporate right now. I want the juices in there. And as you noticed, I didn't drain it or did anything to it because it is a lean beef. So now we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of the kosher salt. And blend it well. Now we're going to add tomato sauce. This is about 8 ounces of canned tomato sauce. Go ahead, and every time you add something, you want to make sure you blend it into your meat. Cook it in there. Cook it up. The aromas are amazing. You're gonna know what I'm talking about when you make this recipe. Oh, so put that aside, and we're gonna go ahead and add a cup of Linditas salsa mix. We already made. My husband actually made it, Mr. Lindita. He made it for me. So that's how easy this is. So you want to use 1 cup of your salsa, your favorite salsa. Add it in there. Mr. Lindita helps me out a lot. Got to put those guys to work. It runs in our family. I have wonderful guys in my life. Oh yeah, I'm going to turn it up just a little bit more. Yeah, I want it to not quite a medium yet. It's low. And we're going to add 1 can. It's about 15 ounces of your corn, and I'm using a roasted corn. And you can roast your own corn too, if you like that flavor. And I didn't have time to do that, so I did buy it, and it's already roasted. The convenience, but you can use your plain corn. And like I said, all these ingredients I'm sure you have right now in your fridge or your pantry. It's so colorful too, isn't it? It's delicious. And now we're gonna add, the main ingredient, Jiffy. And it's 1 box, the full box of the Jiffy mix. So we're gonna just top it. Whoa, got carried away there, but we're gonna mix it all up. Mix it. And then just turn this around a little bit. Mix it up. Yeah. Yeah, you need a large skillet for this recipe, right? Mm-hmm. And we're gonna add 3/4 of a cup of milk, and I'm using the whole milk. You can use a light, but it's, 6 ounces of milk to be exact. So now we're gonna blend it, get everything to go well together. And this is gonna cook up for 3 to 5 minutes. And you'll see, once it starts, we want it to kind of boil, come to a nice little boil, and it's bubbling. That's what I meant. When it bubbles up, and we'll keep stirring it up until that happens. So you're kind of folding it in there in the middle, and it gets kind of thick. It's been bubbling. This is the look that you want. So now we're gonna turn this off. It's ready to go into the dish. So before we put it in there, I'm gonna go ahead and spray it. Spray it with cooking oil. I'm using olive oil. And then we're gonna go ahead and just drop it in there. Yep, just like that. Perfect. I've gone ahead and added all my meat mixture into this 9x13 baking dish. And I've got 2 cups of the shredded Mexican cheese. It's a blend, and you can buy it at your grocery store anywhere. And so we're gonna go ahead and sprinkle this on, and just in case, I love black olives. So I've gone ahead and diced these up as well for a little topping. So let's get spreading. So let's sprinkle this in. I have 2 cups, so you can go a little on the lighter side or the heavier side. You can make that call. Switch here. Ay, ay, ay. Get it kind of even in the corners. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just add, I'm gonna garnish mine with just some black olives. Get you any design here that you want. And we love black olives, so, and this just, it's pretty, adds a little color and a little conversation. Oh, 2 more. And then we're gonna go ahead and foil it. Now we're gonna pop it in the oven for 30 minutes, 35 minutes at 350. Okay, let's do it. So again, we set it at 350, and we're gonna pop it in here for like 30 to a little over 30 minutes, and then we'll check on it and we'll remove the foil and let it bake up a little bit more. So it's been a little over 30 minutes. So I'm gonna remove the lid, my foil, and we're gonna let it cook. Just brown it for another 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, and just get it a little bit more golden brown. Okay. Oh my, look how beautiful that is. It's been 5 minutes to get it golden brown. And while that's resting, I have a little surprise for you. While our tamale pie is resting over there for 10 minutes, I thought I'd take advantage of this time to share this wonderful recipe. It's called the lintini. And it's so good. I'm so excited to share it with you. So you'll need a martini glass for this. And I've gone ahead, I think it needs a little bit more lime on the edge. We're gonna add some salt to the rim. I'll see. Okay. And then in our shaker, I'm gonna put this aside over here. In our shaker, we're gonna add 3 ounces of your favorite tequila. I know you've got one, yes. And a 1.5 ounce of the Cointreau. It's an orange liqueur. Oh, so refreshing. You like these little shot glasses. Thank you, Ian. And 2 ounces of your fresh squeezed lime. And of course, a splash of just fresh orange juice. Whoosh, just like that. Went ahead, I had some ice in here, of course. We're gonna shake it up. Make sure it's nice and tight because you don't want to get anybody wet. This is when you dance. You'll be dancing after this, I'll tell you what. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead, whoops. We're gonna pour it right into our martini glass. don't want the top to fall off either. Ah, yeah, fill it to the rim. And then, of course, you need to top it off with your lime. Okay, it's gonna sit for a little bit while we get everything set up. So hang tight. Voila! Mira, mis amigos, look how beautiful this looks. And you can make this recipe like I did. You have everything in your cupboard, I'm sure you do, in your pantry, in your refrigerator, and it's very easy and simple and so delicious. And it's one of my favorites. And my sons, of course, they grew up on it. Jiffy goes a long way. But again, you know, a lot of people, they like toppings. I love my lettuce and sour cream. And that's all you need for this recipe. You're gonna top it off with a little lettuce and some sour cream. And of course, I love my sour cream because, you know, I work it off every day at Basma Dance and Fitness. And of course, you need some salsa, Linditas. And you can go right to my website, linditasalsa.com, and you can order some salsa and get all our recipes. And like I said earlier in the show, you know, you want to learn how to make tamales, go right to my website, linditasalsa.com, and go right to the cooking shows and scroll down to Tamale Surprise, and I will walk you right through there. Every step of the way, you'll make some fresh tamales. But this is my little twist on my tamale pie, and I hope you enjoy it as well. And I just want to thank all my sponsors, you know, for your support, and for my viewers. Thank you. And I hope you're going to enjoy this lintini that I made for you. And it is refreshing and fun. So, again, until next time, salud mis amigos y muchísimas gracias.